The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to do a full test and performance review on a very capable cruiser from a premium builder, the 37PC from Formula. Now this boat's equipped with Axius, so the first thing I want to do is take a look at the close quarters maneuvering right here at the marina. The Axius system gives you joystick functionality with your Bravo 3 outdrives, so you can move your 37PC in any direction with just a joystick. The first thing I do is engage docking mode, which puts the outdrives in low power.
Let's try a departure and approach. As you can see, a light touch on the Axius joystick allows for exacting precision. So if you have doubts about your ability to handle this boat in a tight situation, take my word for it, you can.
And I'm also very happy with the positioning of the Axius joystick, as it allows me a commanding view of both the stern and the bow, which, as you can see, is very important here. Taking a look at the Helm layout, the upper panel is a faux burl wood with a SmartCraft vessel view, and the fuel gauge is just above. In the center, a 12-inch Raymarine E120 display, optional autopilot over to the right-hand side, trim gauges, and the chain counter for the optional windlass. Over to the starboard side, the power quadrant includes the digital throttle and shift system with its associated controls. Bringing the throttles forward puts you right within fingertip reach of the trim tabs, the Axius joystick just ahead, remote control spotlight, and the Axius control panel, which includes the skyhook. The steering wheel is a wood trim, leather wrapped, 3-spoke, and it's on the tilt base.
New for 2017, Formula has made major modifications to its stern platform and cockpit to give the boat much more functionality and to make the aesthetics even more attractive. Let's start at the swim platform, which has been nearly doubled in size. Now it's large enough to be a teak beach, launch all sorts of water sports, and even hold a tender. The center-mounted ladder, which is well away from the props, and the robust steel rail around the edge make an ideal handhold for swimmers and performs double duty as a tough fender when docking. Note the drink holders for people sunning on the deck or swimmers cooling down in the water. The synthetic surface simulates weathered teak. It's soft to the touch and does not get hot in the sun. At first, we thought that the whole platform was integral to the hull, until the folks at Formula told us that the whole new stern platform was actually a separate structure that had been added to the stern. Note how it all blends together almost seamlessly. Along the transom we find shore power connections, courtesy lights, LED stern lights, 2 speakers, and below the new sun pad is stowage for fenders and dock lines. To port we find a hot and cold shower and hose connections with which to flush the engines with fresh water. Another big change is that the lounge seat backs now swing fore and aft. When forward, they turn into aft-facing chaise lounges. The port side wet bar is concealed under this attractive gray molding. It contains a sink with faucet above and a refrigerator below. Also below is the handy battery switch and a trash container. Note the hardware on the counter to mount a flat-screen TV complete with power and cable connections. There are even 2 USB ports. When the seat backs are swung aft, they form the cozy cockpit seating. A pedestal table can be inserted when serving lunch or cocktails. A second table can be added when serving an al fresco dinner. To port, there's a bench seat with an optional air conditioning unit underneath for those hot days in the tropics. The helm and the whole front of the cockpit dash on this model continues the gray surface theme, which looks classy and cuts down on the glare. Now, let's see how she performs.
Our Formula 37PC had a length overall of 38 feet 5 inches, a beam of 12 feet, and a draft of 34 inches. With an empty weight of 17,500 pounds, 70 gallons of fuel, and 2 people on board, we had a test weight of 18,340 pounds. With a pair of 430 horsepower 8.2 mag HO engines powering our test boat, we reached a top speed at 4,800 RPM of 46.7 miles per hour. At that speed, fuel burn was 67.5 gallons per hour, giving us a range of 147 miles. Best cruise came in at 3,500 RPM and 32.2 miles per hour. That reduced the fuel burn to 33.25 gallons per hour, which the 37PC could keep up for 6 hours and 24 minutes and 206 miles while still maintaining a 10% reserve. We had a time to plane of 4.8 seconds, accelerated to 20 miles per hour in 6.6 seconds, 30 in 11.6 seconds, and continued accelerating through 40 miles per hour in 18.8 seconds.
But when you accelerate the 37PC, the bow is going to come up 12 degrees. And because the bow is so far forward, you will lose sight of the horizon until you get up on plane. Once up on plane, a couple of shots of up trim is all you need, and the bow will come up a little bit more, so you're going to be in a 6-7 degree bow high attitude for cruise. As you bring the throttles forward, Your fingers are going to be right in line with the trim tabs, but I never found the need to use them. 2.5 turns from lock to lock, so she's very responsive to the helm, but she doesn't turn so quick that the turns are uncomfortable. When you're at idle speed, I need to be sitting down on the seat so that I can look through the windshield instead of staring at the windshield frame. And up on the bolster, there's a 5-degree bow high attitude, so again, the windshield frame comes up into view. I find it's best to be driving the 37 at cruise while you're in the standing position because she's got such nice headroom.
That's our full test of the Formula 37 PC. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.